Lumix has had a pretty solid history of giving filmmakers and videographers the tools that they need for the job, and even going above and beyond and giving you features that you wouldn't expect on some of their cameras. And recently they did add a new log curve into their brand new S1 bodies between the S1II, the S1IIe, and the S1R2. And it's going to be the ARRI LogC profile. Now, this is more than just a color space transform. ARRI worked in collaboration with Lumix to actually tune their sensors to their log curve, so that way you could match up to one of the most used cameras in Hollywood, the ARRI LogC3 LF. For one, in terms of the shooting modes and flexibilities on the S1II bodies between shooting in open gate, the anamorphic support, you're going to have more than enough information to push and pull the image that you need to. At worst, a very nice picture profile that's pretty familiar to a lot of colorists and filmmakers in getting the ARRI look. And at its best, it's a B camera to the ARRI LogC3 LF, because after testing it after 4 days and pretty much carbon copying my color grading workflow from the ARRI LogC3 LF to the other cameras, you would have to stare pretty long to see a lot of the differences. If I'm playing this as an A, B, or C camera in multi-camera interviews, or I just need multiple cameras to cover the same scene, if you have to stare at it for long periods of time to see the difference, or you can't tell the difference, then I think they did a pretty good job. Renting out an ARRI LogC3 LF, or owning one let alone, is actually going to cost a lot of money. And when you're in a scenario where you need multiple cameras on set, you might not have the capacity or the budget to rent out 3 ARRI LogC3 LFs. And that's where you could use something like a LUMIX S1II or an S1R2 in order to act as B cameras. On top of that, the LUMIX cameras are overall just going to be smaller, which also means that peripherals are going to be a lot cheaper. You're going to have to use smaller easy rigs if you're going to use one at all. Dollies and sliders and things like that are going to be scaled down, or be able to be scaled down, in order for you to use some of the smaller LUMIX bodies, but at the same time, you don't have that price tag.
So when we're doing fitness shoots, oftentimes you're gonna have to shoot a little bit on sticks and a little bit of handheld. Sometimes your B camera is gonna be a gimbal camera or something on a slider, and using an ARRI LogC3 LF is just too big, it's too heavy. Renting out an easy rig, there's just too much stuff you have to do to try to get the same shot. When I wanna shoot in handheld, because the S1II already has great in-body stabilization, has anamorphic stabilization as well, I get handheld shots in a much smaller package, and it's a lot quicker than having to set up my camera and an easy rig at the same time, making it kind of the A and B 1-2 punch, especially in production when you're using multiple cameras.
If you have one that's already on set, maybe you're working with another production, or you already own one, or you blew your budget buying one, and you need a couple of B cameras to be in those specialty situations, this is where this is going to handle very well. These aren't meant to be replacements for ARRI LogC3 LFs or ARRI cameras at all, but they are a great matchup, especially when you're in a multi-camera situation and you want an incredibly easy way to match up your big camera to some of the smaller guys. At the end of the day, Lumix has been offering a lot in these new camera bodies, and there's a lot of things that I expected from more expensive and bigger cameras that are going to be offered in this new lineup. And the ARRI LogC is just one of those things that makes your job a lot easier, and it's also something that might help people with a little bit on a smaller camera package still be able to shoot in the same environments as some of the bigger guys.